Rosa Parks, born Rosa Louise Macaulay on February 4, 1913, in rural Tuskegee, Alabama, was one of two children. She had a younger brother, Sylvester Macaulay. Raised in the thick of injustice and Jim Crow laws, became the mother of the Civil Rights Movement. And at this point, I changed the direction of this story. Miss Parks, as most addressed her, was more to my family and I. This is my story. The story of Cousin Rosa. My grandmother Louise Macaulay Cook and Miss Rosa Parks were first cousins. Their fathers were brothers. Growing up, I learned the stories of Miss Rosa Parks, a heroic, brave lady who sparked the Civil Rights Movement. It took me until I was much older to associate the schoolhouse stories with the beautiful, mild-mannered lady who not only put the biggest smile on my grandmother's face, but in return gave an even more welcoming smile. Cousin Rosa loved family. She basked in the moments to fellowship. Although she loved visiting with family, it wasn't always easy. On December 1st, 1955, after working a full day, Cousin Rosa paid her fare and boarded the city bus. She proceeded to sit in the first row of the colored section. As the bus began to fill, the bus driver demanded those sitting in that area to give up their seats to white passengers that were standing. In that moment, Miss Parks made a conscious decision not to move. Although she was tired, it was no more tired than the other days physically. She was tired of all of the injustice. As a secretary for the Montgomery chapter of the NAACP, she was all too familiar with the stories, the violence and the pain of being Black in America. And so began a new chapter in her activism. In that moment, her life changed forever. One summer, I was maybe 10 or 12 years old. Our family attended the Macaulay Dickerson family reunion. It was days of fun and family. One of our many events was a day of fun at this little country club. We swam, played baseball, and gathered at a picnic area to eat and fellowship. Cousin Rosa entered the covered area filled with picnic tables. With a smile on her face, she greeted family member after family member with hugs and love. People apparently recognized her not long after, because the area became filled with people I had never seen before. And just as quickly as she came, she was rushed away. This was how things happened in public. Cousin Rosa never had any children of her own, but she relished in the opportunity to help with her brother Sylvester's children. She loved children. She loved family. She took a big responsibility that evening in 1955. Although several had done it before her, she had no idea what would happen. She could not be sure she would not be another story of pain and tragedy. My cousin Sheila Macaulay Keyes recounts the life of Cousin Rosa intimately in her book entitled Our Auntie Rosa. In the book, her and her siblings share their memories, family photos, and lessons. It reflected my experiences of Cousin Rosa, and it memorializes her true strength, courage, and love. I can recall we were in Detroit, I believe for another family reunion, and Cousin Rosa invited us to her house. Her home was a quaint little townhouse. It mirrored her modest person. I have no idea where it all came from, but within moments she had a full spread, including fried chicken. If you don't know, Miss Parks was a vegetarian. That was her, though. She wanted to be sure that we were comfortable. She gave up a lot when she didn't give up her seat that day. That in itself deserves immense respect. She didn't just stop with her seat, though. She continued her activism throughout her life. My mother wrote a poem that she shared during Cousin Rosa's Detroit funeral service that speaks her life and legacy so clearly. Keep passing the torch for equality, love, and peace.
She's a humble, lovely lady with a tender, loving heart, with integrity and quiet strength. That is Rosa Parks. Gentle and loving, worked hard every day, but was so unhappy with Jim Crow laws that kept us away. She was tired of unfair treatment and then took her stand by refusing to give up her seat to a white man. This brave act broke the laws and they put her in jail. So the people rallied to boycott this terrible ordeal.
They stopped riding buses for over a year because the laws had to change, and that was so clear. And so the civil rights movement began from that quiet statement when Rosa Parks took a stand. The Montgomery bus boycott gained national attention, which brought forward a ripple effect, and those laws were ended. We're all God's people with blood that runs red. Rosa Parks started the process to put unfair treatment to bed. We love you, Rosa Parks, for standing so tall that resulted in freedoms that are shared by us all.